my
And his
mother,
fingers were brown.
my mother was told by her doctor, that smoking actually was good for you. I don't know if you guys
Oh
remember
my
back
God.
in the day, they actually would tell it. But here's the answer. Ready for this? Now it's true, smoking, lack of exercise, poor nutrition, too much alcohol, all of them impact our health. But the one that
Mhm.
impacts us the most, drum roll, you ready? It's something that relates to heart disease that is accelerated. And believe it or not, guess what it is? It's lack of relationships, it's poor relationships. Let me give you a little backdrop on this. This is another great book. Dr. Don Niall, who is one of the most famous heart surgeons, was working with the Dr. Dean Ornish, and you may have heard this name before. He wrote a number of books about heart disease, but this is what he proved. He proved that if you exercise regularly, eat less fat, reduce your stress, or quit smoking, you can reverse heart disease. You literally can go into the artery and it will clean out the plaque that's developed in your arteries. He proved it by doing these four things. But this is what he discovered. There's one factor that impacts us more than anything else. And what impacts us is literally not having healthy relationships. And so, what Dr. Ornish discovered was the reason why people don't exercise, the reason why we're smoking, the reason why we're not eating well is because we don't have a great sense of self care. We don't have a healthy relationship with
Mhm.
ourselves, right? We don't
Mhm.
put ourselves as a high priority, put it that way,
Mhm.
right? So, we're going to talk today about some really key elements like what are the habits of highly healthy relationships? What is the power of love? We're going to assess our relationships. We're going to practice our own self-care. We're going to do another workout in a little bit. We're going to do a little bit more intense workout, but one that I think you're really going to enjoy. And then I'm going to share with you one question today that will change everything when it comes to your relational health. So I hope that you're going to enjoy this. And I'm going to leave you all with a 30-day challenge. I want you to take a 30-day love experiment challenge, and that experiment is going to be to really love yourself. How do we do that? What's the best thing that we can do to help love ourselves and to love others as well? Okay, so let's dive in. Let's talk about a few things on the habits of highly healthy relationships. So, number one, we just kind of alluded to it. The number one habit of healthy relationships are healthy boundaries, personal self care, learning to say yes to what we want and no to what we don't want. And that can be easier said than done, right? It's not easy to do that. Sometimes we feel obligated, sometimes we feel a sense of guilt when we say no, but that is something that it's a muscle that we need to use. But then the other muscle is yes. Like, what can I do to help? How can I be of service? What can I do? So, really having a better sense of personal self care. You probably have all heard the analogy of when you're flying on an airplane and you experience turbulence, what does the flight attendant tell you to do? When that oxygen mask comes down, they tell you to what? Put the oxygen mask on who? Yourself or your passenger next to you?
Yourself.
It's on ourselves. And it's great wisdom. They know if you do not take care of yourself, you most likely will pass out and you're no help to your neighbor. Zero help. So that's a very good metaphor for life, that if we can put the oxygen mask on ourselves, exercising, eating well, taking care of ourselves, sleeping, lowering our stress, having healthy relationships, that's putting the mask on ourselves, the oxygen mask on ourselves. And then now we can turn and help our family. Now we can turn and help others because we have all that we need. So we're really helping out of a full cup versus an empty cup, right? We'll come back and talk about this in a moment. Number two, we did this morning. Express gratitude and optimism, like finding what's good in a situation, finding what you're grateful for, finding what is meaningful in your life. Studies have shown people that can do that, and it is a muscle that you can practice and you actually can get better at it. That's number two. And number three is our joy workout, just doing joyful movements. But here's the third one, guys, is speaking multiple love languages. I'll share with you a quick story. This is a little story about myself and my wife. So I married my high school sweetheart. She's been my best friend, I think, ever since the day I met her, and just adore her. And what's interesting is my wife and I have completely different love languages. Like mine is affection. I also like words of affirmation, like just talking together, like when we can have a meaningful conversation that really means a lot to me, right? Those are my love languages. I feel loved by her. Guess what my wife's love languages are? Well, if you don't know, there's five love languages, and there's a great book. I think it's called The Five Love Languages, actually, and I'll remember to pull that up for y'all so you can put it in chat. But one of the love languages is acts of service. So this is my wife, how my wife feels loved. She would rather, instead of me taking her out to dinner and giving her flowers and speaking words of love and affirmation to her, she would like, that's nice, Sean. But what she really would like is that I would do the dishes, or I would vacuum the house, or I would, fix the rain gutter, right? Those things are like her love language, and she feels so loved by doing that, right? So what I want to encourage you to do on this one is identify your own love language, and then also think about those in your life. Those are who are most important to you. What are their love languages? How can you bring that to them? So that's number three. And then number four, compassion and forgiveness. Forgiving others is a big one. There may be someone in your life today that you're still struggling with, and that's perfectly normal. As human beings, relationships are tough. They're not easy. And there may have been a wrong or hurt or something that happened maybe weeks ago, months ago, years ago that is still affecting a relationship. So even the act of asking for forgiveness or forgiving someone, or even starting with this, for those of us that may be faith based, asking God to help us forgive. Like it's hard, it's not easy. I've been in some situations where it's like, really don't want to forgive this person. But again, we need to understand that we're not necessarily saying that we're going to have the closest relationship. We're just letting it go. We're giving that person back to God. We're giving that person back to, okay, I'm going to give them grace because I would want that grace, right, for myself. That's number four. And then number five, I love this one, is spending sacred time with your tribe, with those that you love most. I'm going to pause for a moment because I think there may be some discussion that we should have around this, and then we're going to get to our workout. Does anyone want to share or ask any questions about the love languages or anything related to those five different forms of love and habits of love? Love to see, what is your love language? Do you know it? Do you have an idea? And I'm going
I
to pull up.
just saw a movie, Sean, based on something like that. When they were going together from school, throughout school, they got along great. They did everything together. They communicated. But when they got married, based on the movie, you could see where the marriage was falling apart.
Mm,
The wife, she was so into her job and wanting to go to the next level. The husband, he felt that she wasn't paying attention to him, and she kind of felt the same way about him. And they just fell apart. But then they learned that she had cancer. When he was getting ready to, he had already started putting in for a divorce. But they went on a trip together. They considered it a honeymoon because they never went on a real honeymoon. And
yeah.
they were having a lot of fun and everything. But it was all about, she was very selfish. She didn't let him say, well, let's do this or let's do that. She was making all the decisions.
Mm,
At the last, they she got a camper. She didn't discuss it with her husband, took off on the road, And it was really based on stuff like what you're sharing today. And they had a good time because it was like they were starting all over again, loving each other.
Mm-hmm.
But there was some downfalls in both of them.
Yeah.
Not being honest with one another, not
Sure.
sharing what they thought and what they missed with the love, the sharing of their love. So, bringing that up, it takes me back to that movie. I can't remember the name of it, but it was based on a true events that had taken place with their marriage.
Yeah, no, it's for those of us that have been married and are married, um, and have meaningful relationships that we treasure. It can be challenging, right? It's difficult because sometimes we'll drift apart and then we'll come closer together, and maybe there's a hurt or maybe there's something. But I'd love for you to write this down, guys. There's five love languages, and I just found them for you. The name of the book is The Five Love Languages by Dr. Gary Chapman. Dr. Gary Chapman, The Five Love Languages. Highly recommend the book. It's a great read and it's a really good, I think, discovery for all of us. Like, what are the love languages that speak to my heart? Like, let me list them for you first. Number one is physical touch. Like you love to get a hug. You love for someone to come and put their arm around you. You love the affection. For those of us raised in, like I'm Italian, that's part of our family. Like I experienced that my whole life. Like that is a way to say I love you. You don't even have to say it. Somebody comes, gives you a big hug, you feel it, right? So physical touch is number one. Number two is words of affirmation, like hearing the words like I love you, or I care so much about you, or you mean the world to me. Or writing a letter. Like these are folks that if you gave them a letter, it's like you could replace that with a diamond ring. You couldn't replace it, right? The letter with a diamond ring. So words of affirmation is number two. Number three are gift giving. Like you really love to receive gifts. Like someone goes out of their way. It doesn't have to be a extravagant gift, but someone thinking about you, giving you a gift, or you giving someone a gift. That's your way of also sharing that love language. And then the one I mentioned my wife has is acts of service. Like doing. My wife's a nurse. She's an intensive care nurse. So she loves people every day by doing, not even saying a word, but by helping them when they're hurting, when they're at their most difficult place. That's her love language. That's the way she loves others, and that's what she really loves to receive. And then the last one, I love this one, quality time. Quality time. Like you don't just be with me, just hang out. Like let's just sit together and we can watch TV, we can do whatever together. We can sit at a park, but just the time. And I'd love for you to think about those five love languages. And I'd love for you to think about how do you think they came to be like so important to you? I know for myself, like I mentioned, like I'm Italian and my mother being very Italian, and my grandfather was full-blooded Italian, overly affectionate, like all the time. Like you would be sitting next to them and they had to put their hand on you, right? Like for those of you who are raised in a family like that, like they had to touch you just to know that we're near, right? And that can be for some of us, we love that, but for others, like, oh my goodness, do you have to touch me all the time, right? So, so I want you to. I'd love to hear from some of you. Do you have an idea of what your love language is? Do you have an idea of what speaks to your heart? Anyone want to share? Go ahead and put it in chat, and or please unmute and let us know. And then we're going to get to our second workout.
I was going to say, Sean, I feel like touch is very important to me as well. And communication is a big one for
Good,
me.
good,
You
good,
know,
good.
being communicate is an
What was
important part.
number 4?
Number four. Hang on one second. Let me get back to it.
Acts
Number
of service.
Acts
Yeah.
of
Oh,
service.
Yeah,
service.
yeah. Physical touch is one. Two is words of affirmation. Three is gift giving.
Gift giving.
Four is acts of service, and then five is quality time. Yeah.
And that's where they failed in the movies. Those 5 things,
Yeah.
That's what they started out with when they were just dating from school. But
Mm,
when they got married, they lost those 5 things. But I think in anything, communication is always most important. And it have to be positive and effective communication.
yes, yes, yes. That's so true. So true. It's good. Anybody else have a thought?
Unmute yourself, Wanda. That's Rhonda's twin. There you go.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think I have a little bit of all of it.
Okay, that's fair. That actually is very, very true of many.
Yeah, yeah, because I like, physical touch, and I'm always sending somebody something or getting something about words of affirmation, different affirmations.
Yes.
And I'm a teacher, so and then just giving to the kids, giving to people. I like to give gifts. It don't have to be a holiday or anything.
Yeah.
I gave somebody something not too long ago, and they said, "What is this for?" I said, "Just because."
I love it. I
Yeah.
love that. That's so good.
Yeah, and I like spending quality time. Yeah.
I love it. That's great. That's so good. So good.
Sean,
Anybody
when
else?
I was having a problem with my marriage,
Mm,
I wanted to know what am I doing wrong?
mm,
I
mm.
communicate, I did things with the husband and my sons where we always had to share. We couldn't have breakfast and lunch together because my kids going to school. But
Okay.
we always had to sit at the dinner table together as a family and share our day with each other, our likes and our dislikes. I would even ask my sons, if you could change your parents, what would you change?
Wow.
So, but what I did to see if I was doing something wrong, I signed up for a college course in interpersonal communication.
Mm,
So that way, if I'm doing something wrong, I can learn how to change it around in my
mm,
marriage. But
mm,
based
mm.
on the course, I says, oh, I'm doing everything right, but something is wrong. But
Yeah.
eventually, I mean, it came in handy because it also helps me with communicate with other people as well.
So good. So good. I love it. I love it. Thank you for sharing that. Rachel, I see your hand, kid. Come on, Rachel.
Uh, I know that when I was little, my we used to go to my grandma's house, and I think it's acts of service. From back then, I remember grandma would always make us food. I mean, you walk in the door, you're gonna eat, and and she'd make homemade tortillas or whatever she had, and it was like that was her way of loving. And she spoke Spanish. I didn't speak Spanish too well, so still don't. But anyway, I noticed that when I was growing up, my mom would do similar things in giving to people. And it was always, we would be giving things. It's an act of love. And even when I was working, she'd pack my lunch in the morning. And she'd say, I made you some extra for your friends at work. And then I'd find 8 burritos there.
Oh, wow.
Trying to tell everybody, okay, mom made burritos, and it was, she would do stuff like that. It's just the showing of love. So I think it's kind of carried over when I do things for people.
Yeah.
I do stuff like I enjoy getting unexpected, and it's like I'll have extra fruit or something, give something out.
Yes. I love that. I love that, Rachel. Rachel, were you finished? I'm sorry.
Oh
Something.
yes, I'm finished.
Yeah, I love what you said. I love that just the idea of giving someone like a lunch, right? Like just that speaks volumes of those of us that feel like we'd like to cook for others, like we'd like to have a family over and have a family dinner. One thing our family we'd love to do with the kids, we played a game on a regular basis, almost nightly, where we would check in, especially when the kids were getting older, and we would play high low. And I don't know if I've shared this with you all, but we would ask each one of our family members to share what was the best part of your day and what was the most challenging part of your day. And what that does is it kind of allows us to better understand what was really meaningful for you today and then what was tough today, right? Because that's life. right? There's two train tracks, right? There's really good stuff happening that we're grateful for, and then there's also stuff that's tough, right? But having it together, like having it with each other, um, it's better to share what our happy part of our day was, and it's also better and easier to go through life when we know others can hear our heart. I think that's probably the most important thing that we should think about, guys, is that, you know, how can we share our heart with others? How do we hear others' hearts? Right? Sometimes I think like we think talking is the most important thing to do. Honestly, the gift of listening is such a blessing. Like to have someone for 5 minutes just hear your heart. Like how are you doing? Like ask that question of a family member today or tomorrow or neighbor. Just say, how are you doing? How are you really doing? Like just take that one question, and that person, if their act of communication is a love language for them, they're going to feel so loved by you just by asking that question. Like, oh, thank you for just even caring and asking about how I'm doing. Right? It's good. Anybody else want to share? Rachel, thank you. It was really good. Anybody
There's
else?
some couple things in the chat. I don't know if they got read or not already,
Go ahead,
but
Catherine.
Amani says, Amani says, I love cooking for my family, spending quality time with them and helping each other, sharing how each of us spend the day or any special or unforgettable things that happen. And then Bernadette said, spend sacred time with our tribe. Rings a bell with me. That was a healing event with my family.
I love
It was
it.
beautiful.
Good. So good. I saw a couple of other folks raise their hand that they wanted to share. Please feel free, unmute, and we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, we do the high and low with the kids at school, the little first graders, and it's really cute because they'll say stuff like, I liked it when so and so played with me," and,
Mm,
and somebody else might say, "Well, my low is Susie didn't play with me today," and
mm,
or I didn't go up, we didn't go outside because it was raining, and that's their low, or something. But it's
yeah.
really cute because you get to see how the kids feel.
So good, Wanda. Thank you for that. I love it. Thank you for teaching as well. Thank you for doing that great service. It's a you're super woman by doing that. Thank you. I
You're
love it.
welcome. Thank you.
Anybody else? Anybody else want to share? I love this, guys. You're so good. Okay, hold on to it if you have. Oh, Sylvia, please share. Sylvia, come on.
During a storm, one of my friends called me and asked me how I was doing, and she asked me if I need anything because she knew I'm no longer driving.
Mm. Oh, wow, Sylvia. What a blessing just to get that phone call, right? Just to get that, how are you? It meant a lot.
Sean, what was your favorite? I'd like to hear your favorite being Italian family.
Yeah,
Because I grew up around
yeah,
Italians and they love being together with family and cooking big
yeah.
meals and stuff like that. Tell us a little you with
No,
your family and stuff.
yep. Mine is 100% affection, communication, talking. Like I love the idea of just being close to someone through communication or just a hug. Like just that's all I need. Like when I see my kids are like they roll their eyes like, "Come here, I need to hug you. I need to hug you more." Like, at some point it's like, "Dad, really? I've hugged you like 5 times in the last 10 minutes." Right? So there's that's really, really important. But what I want to encourage you to think about is like think about your love language and communicate your love language. I think that's one thing we all struggle with, like telling people like, you know, the way I feel most nurtured or the way I feel most cared for, the way I feel most loved is by being hugged. Can I get a hug from you today? Like, and they'll go, of course, of course. And I think that's what happens to us as couples, that oftentimes we forget what the love language is. And we have to learn each other's love languages. Well, the other day, I cleaned my wife's car, and I cleaned it really well. I did a great job. I gotta say, I did a really good job on it. And um, I forgot about it. And she came up to me later in the day and she gave me this big hug and a big kiss. And she said, "Thank you so much. That meant the world to me." Like she like had a little tear in her eye just just for cleaning her car. Like if she cleaned my car, I'm like, "Oh, thanks, honey," but it wouldn't have been that big of a deal, right? But it was really big for her. So I want to encourage you. This is as important, guys, as an exercise, a physical exercise. I want you to think about pursuing and looking at your love language for you, and then also for those closest to you. And I'd love to hear how it goes this month of practicing those love languages. And let's just do this before we get into our next workout. The power of love is profound. Watch what it does, you guys. Look at the benefits. This is according to Harvard, Gallup, and Mayo Clinic. It helps you live longer when you have healthier relationships. It supports your mental and physical health. It strengthens your immune system. It increases your sense of belonging and purpose just by having closer relationships, reduces your stress, helps you recover from an injury or illness, improves your self-confidence and feelings of self-worth. I love this one, makes aging more enjoyable. Like when we know we're with others and others are with us, it definitely helps us as we grow older. And then it prevents feelings of loneliness and despair, supports you in living a healthier, more active lifestyle, and it just makes us happier. So pursuing relationships, and I think there are a few things that are like lifting weights, right? Like practicing compassion, like practicing forgiveness, right? Practicing our love languages. These are tangible workouts, things that we can do together. And that's what I want to encourage us to think about. But let's get to our workout. I want to take you to your second workout. Go ahead and stand up for me. I'm so proud of you guys. Did a great job. We're going to do a 10-minute workout together. For those of you that are new, we're gonna dive into a little bit more of a resistance format. I think you're going to enjoy this workout, guys. I love it because when we filmed this, it was filmed in a little bit cooler weather. But I think you're going to really enjoy the movement. So I'm going to cue you as we go through the workout together. I'm going to be talking to you, and I really want you just to watch Brooke, but I'm going to give you some modifications along the way. Okay. So we're going to have you watching the screen. Hopefully you guys can all see. And I want you just to march in place right now, guys. You don't have to jog. You just march in place. Nice and easy. Go lightly. Way to go, Sylvia. Love it. Nice and easy. Good job, Bernadette. Way to go, Carol. Again, welcome, Carol. So glad to have you with us. Rachel, that a girl. Good job. Irene, way to go, you guys. Annie, way to go. Angelina, good job. Way to go, Michelle. Love it. If you don't have your video on, go ahead and put it on if you'd like us to see you. I'd love to see you so I can just make sure you're safe. Okay, nice and easy, just as you're marching in place. Now what I want you to do is I want you to gently come down and touch your knees. Touch your knees and come up. Touch your knees and come up. That's what you want to think of, guys. Just gently wake your body up, okay? You don't have to go fast. I want you just to touch your knees and then raise your arms above your head. Brooke obviously is going all the way down to her toes. You don't have to do that. As you get warmer, you can go lower, okay? Raising up and then coming down. Just think about warming that body up. Think about sitting in a chair. Again, perfect, Carol. That's excellent. Good job, Bernadette. Love it, Rachel. Way to go, you guys. I love it, Annie. Good job, Irene. Okay, back to marching in place. Same thing. Now, we're going to do that 3 more times. With each set, I want you to try to go a little bit lower. So instead of going to your knees or your thigh, go to your knees. If you're going to your knees, maybe you're going to go a little bit further than your knee, maybe a little bit lower than the kneecap, okay? If you're already going to the knee, maybe go down lower. Now, notice what Brooke's doing here. She's going to touch and tap. Just go down and tap out, down to the knees and tap out, down to the knees and tap out. That's it. Good job, Annie. Good job, Angeline. Good job. That's it. Way to go, Carol. Way to go, Rachel. Nice. Bernadette, go at your own pace. Okay, go at your own pace. Nice and easy. That's it, guys. Well done, Sylvia. I love it. Guys look good. Way to go. Way to go. Again, touching to the knee and step out. Touch the knee and step out. Go at your own pace. Love it. And back to march in place. Well done. Well done. How we doing? Give me a thumbs up if everybody's doing okay. Doing all right? All right, guys. Good job. Get ready for set number 3 now. Same thing. Go at your own pace. Please don't feel like you have to go at the same pace that Brooke may be going. That's perfectly fine. Nice and smooth. Warm your body up. Just march in place. Get ready for set 3. We're going to do the same thing. You're going to squat down, touch your knees, step out to the side. Come down, touch the knee, step out with the other foot to the side. Okay? Here we go, guys. Get ready. Okay, we're going to touch. Now, Brooke's doing a full jumping jack. You don't have to do that. Just step out with one foot. Step out with one foot. Good job. Way to go, Sylvia. That's it, guys. Well done, Bernadette. That's it, Carol. Good, Rachel. That a girl. Keep that head up for me, Rachel. That a girl. That's it. I'd like to see your smiling face. That's it. Perfect. Way to go, Annie. Good job, Irene. Love it, guys. Again, go at your own pace. The modification is stepping out with one foot, okay? You don't have to do the full jumping jack. That's a little bit more challenging doing a jumping jack. Good job. Touch the knee, step out. Touch the knee, step out. Well done, you guys. You're almost finished. Excellent work. Excellent work. How are we doing, everybody? You doing okay? Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. I'm going to take you to the next movement because I want to make sure we have time for this. Excellent work. So what we're going to do is I want to take you to your resistance. Now, for those of you, if you have access to a water bottle close by, you can use it. But don't worry, you don't need a water bottle. But during the week or maybe during the month, I'd love for you to take a water bottle. Bernadette, I see it in your hands. You can take anything. You can even take your phone. You can hold your phone. You don't need that. You can even take a pen or a pencil to hold on to, or you can just take your hands and put your hands together, okay? The point will be, I'm going to show you how to use a piece of equipment like a bottle of water or a light dumbbell that you can use for this movement, okay? So what I'd like you to do is go ahead and pick that item up. Again, don't have to have it. If you have 1 or 2, that's great. Excellent. You can pretend like I am. I don't have anything in my hands. I'm going to put my hands down by my waist. I'm going to lower my waist and then come up on my toes. Lower down and come up on my toes. That's it, guys. Now raise your arms up towards your shoulders. Raise your arms up towards your shoulders and come up on the balls of your feet as you come up. Sylvia, that's perfect. Good job, guys. So you're going down about waist level, maybe past your knees, and then up. Good, Carol. Good job, Bernadette. Way to go, Rachel. Excellent, guys. Good, Irene. There you go, Michelle. Good. Nice and easy, nice and smooth. Okay, now we're going to stand tall and we're going to raise up those arms. Raise them up again and down. Raise up and down. Again, you don't have to jump. Don't jump. Just come up on the balls of your feet. Good job, Michelle. Way to go, Irene. Way to go, Jay. Good job, y'all. Love it. Good work. Keep going. You're almost there. I love it. This is a motion to strengthen the shoulder joint and also the lower back. Okay, good. Nicely done. You're almost finished. Way to go, Annie. Good job, you guys. Excellent work. Okay, now take a stand. Put your feet a little closer together. Pretend that you're holding 2 water bottles in your hand. Just pretend. You don't need them. Now, I'm going to pause here. Let's do that again. I'm going to pause right there. What I want you to think of doing here, guys, is you're going to raise your left arm and your right leg out to the side, or your right arm and your left leg out to the side. Okay? Try to hold it for a count of 1, 2, 3. Okay? Here we go. We're going to do that again. We're going to raise the opposite arm, opposite leg, and hold 1, 2, 3, and down. 1, 2, 3, and down. Good, guys. That's it. Nice and easy. Good, Annie. Good, Irene. This is a challenging motion. This is excellent for balance and mobility. Irene, that's excellent. Good, Bernadette. Good job. Just out to the side. Again, raise out and down. Raise out and down. Again, you can just raise your leg off the ground a little bit, and it doesn't be that high, and then back down. But you're going to feel that in your hip. Rachel, that's perfect. Way to go, kid. Excellent, guys. Again, notice with when you're doing this motion that you're feeling that lack of stability. That's normal, totally normal. You'll find as you're doing this motion over time, your balance improving. Good job, you guys. Excellent work. Take a deep breath. Well done. Okay, almost done, almost finished. Now what I want you to do is we're going to come down, bend from the waist, and just bring those arms up towards the chest and then out to the side. We're going to come up, down, and over. Straight up to the chest, out to the side, and we're going to stand up and front. Well, let's do that together. Down from the waist, bring it up. We're going to come out to the side. We're going to stand up. We're going to raise up again. This is a 3 motions. Raise up towards the chest, raise out to the side, raise up to the front of the shoulder and down. Let's repeat. Raise up to the chest, out to the side, raise up to the shoulder, and then back down. Good job, guys. That's the sequence. Go at your own pace. This is a great exercise for the upper back. The upper back, the shoulders, you're really going to feel this. Now, when you do this, throughout the week this week, I'd love for you to try this with some water bottles. Today, you don't need to do that. But as you get more comfortable, again, just performing this motion, raising up to the chest, out to the side, standing up, arms in front, and then back down. Well done, you guys. Well done. Okay. If you have water bottles or any piece of equipment, you can still use them if you'd like. You don't, again, necessarily need them. We're going to do some core movements now. This is what I want you to do. Raise your right foot and your arms up together. We're going to raise our left leg or right leg. It doesn't really matter. Raising up, right leg, and back down. Right leg, and hold, and back down. Both hands are going to come up to shoulder level and hold. 1, 2, 3, and down. Good, guys. Stay on the right leg if you can. Raising the right leg or the left, doesn't matter. Holding up. Now notice what Brooke's doing here, guys. She's raising her hands higher. She's going above her head. See if you can do that. Be careful. Try to maintain a strong, tall back. Let me see how you're doing, guys. Bernadette, that's excellent. Good job. Way to go, Carol. Nicely done, Carol. Good job, Rachel. Nice job, Rachel. Atta girl. Way to go, Annie. Good job, Irene. Way to go, Michelle. I love it, guys. Yeah, just hold it for a count of 1, 2, and then back down. 1, 2, and then back down. You're going to notice we're going to switch legs in a second. Now we're going to go left leg, and down. Arms are raising up to about shoulder level and down. Good. Try and see if you can maintain that balance. You're going to shift your weight a little bit as you perform that motion. Notice what Brooke's doing now. She's showing you a modification. Keeping the hands below the waist, you can just stay there or raise them above the head. Above the head and then back down. Good job. You're going to notice you're going to get warm doing this, right? You feeling it? Good, Michelle. I love it. Good job, you guys. Irene, Annie, good job, you guys. Nicely done. Angeline, good job, Rachel. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Now, notice what Brooke's doing now, guys. She's swinging her leg back. This allows you to balance throughout the motion. This is a little bit more challenging, holding the leg back and then coming forward. Okay, take a deep breath. Let me pause for a second. How are we doing? We're almost done. We're almost finished. This is so good, you guys. So good. We've done about 9 minutes of movement right now, performing these exercises. Let's finish up with just a couple more. Nice and easy. Put those feet together, hands down by your side. We're going to raise up. And notice what Brooke's doing. She's bringing her elbows down and then her right knee up towards the chest. Just bring your hands down, stand on your left leg, and bring your knee up and your hands down. Think of tightening your tummy as you bring those legs down. That's it, Carol. Just bring your legs down. Excuse me, your legs up and your arms down. That's it. We're going to stay on one side. We're going to stay standing on the left leg, and we're going to pull the hands down, and we're going to bring the right knee up towards the waist. Excellent. Go at your own pace, guys. Good, Rachel. That's it. Nice and smooth, nice and slow and steady. Good job, Bernadette. Okay, we're going to switch legs. Other side now. Notice how Brooke's pulling down, and then you can go slow, guys, right? You can just go nice and easy, nice and slow, like the pace I'm going right now. Just bring that left knee up towards the chest. Pull the hands down, nice and smooth. This is a great exercise for the abdominal wall. Really good for the lower back. Really strengthens our entire core. Well done, you guys. I love it. Looking really good. You're almost finished. Again, you're going to do this for approximately 1 minute, performing that motion. Excellent job. Excellent job. Now, we're just going to do some stretching just to loosen up. I'm going to have you stand with your feet together. If you can, just bend from the waist and then raise up, put your hands back, and then slowly bend over again. Again, you don't have to go as far as Brooke. Go to your knees. Just go to your knees. Reach back with your hands. Stretch. And let's go back down to our knees. You don't have to go to the floor. Just hold that stretch and then come back up. Inhale. Exhale. Good job, guys. Come down to your knees again. Just to your knees. Hold that position. Raise your arms up again. Beautiful job. Well done. Well done. Nice and easy. Bend from the waist. Stretch those hamstrings. Love it. Reach back. Inhale. Excellent. Excellent work. Last one. Last one. Now, I want you to pretend that you're swimming. We're going to reach out with our left arm into the pool and forward. Reach back. Right arm in the pool and pull back. Okay? Put those feet about shoulder width apart, if you can, a little bit closer. Again, bend from the waist as you reach forward, reach into the pool, and then pull back. We're going to go left arm in the pool, and we're going to pull back. Right arm in the pool, and we're going to pull back. This is a really nice way to stretch the lower back, go nice and easy. You don't have to bend forward that far. You guys are doing great. You're almost finished. This is our last movement. Good job today. Well done. Can you give yourselves, let's do a little bit of deep breathing. Inhale and exhale as you lower your arms down. Inhale again as you raise your arms up. Well done, you guys. Well done. Last time. Inhale. Excellent, excellent job. Give yourselves a round of applause. Way to go. Way to go. You just strengthened your bones today, guys, by doing that. You just strengthen your bone density, your metabolism, your muscles. Way to go. So proud of you guys. How you doing? Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Yeah. Wait, Sylvia. Way to go, Sylvia. You guys did fantastic. I loved it. Carol, how was that? I should ask Carol, our new member. How you doing, Carol? You think you're still muted there, Carol? Hang on. There you go. There you
I'm
go.
doing great.
You did
I do
fantastic.
pretty much every day. I do something anyway. But this is helpful because I remember last time you talked about sitting for long periods of time and making sure there's movement at least every hour. And I've been very mindful of that and doing that.
Oh my gosh, Carol, thank you. What a great reminder. And I love, like, in this workout, guys, there may be particular moves that you really like. Like, for example, that one stretch where you're reaching into the pool and you're standing up. Like, just standing from where you're sitting and doing that motion, just standing like Carol's talking about, is so beneficial. Well done. Well done. And here comes Jeanette. Anybody else want to share? How was that? How was that movement for you? Great job. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, let's finish up on our topic because we only have a few minutes left. Well, here they come. I see all the comments coming. Rhonda said, great. Irene, very good. Love it. Good, good, good. I love it. So good, you guys. Anybody want to share? Hang on one second. Jeanette, did you want to share something, sweetie? I know you got.
Oh, I'm sorry. I came on second device because the first one I couldn't hear any sound. So J. Michelle is me also.
Yes.
And then the internet stopped, started freezing, and I couldn't hear what you were saying. But yeah, I'm definitely sweating. I definitely feel exercise. Regarding your earlier comments, I felt the inspiration to maybe call up Rhonda, she recognized me from having gone to junior high together. And so I thought,
Really?
yeah, I don't recognize anybody, but Rhonda recognized me, and and I thought, well, maybe since Rhonda and I can team up together and say 3 times a week, maybe do one of these exercises for 20 minutes or something. Maybe that will get me
Love that.
set up and exercise. So, Rhonda, let me know what you think.
Oh my gosh,
Awesome, sounds great.
Jeanette. Okay.
Yeah, give me a call.
Okay.
I love it. Jeanette, what you just did, and Rhonda, what you just did is exactly what we need to do, all of us, from this session today. And that's connect with somebody that you can move together, you can have coffee together, you can go on a trip together. We're better together, we're stronger together. Life is so much more fulfilling together. And I want to make sure that I share this with you all because I think this is really important. This is the one question that I wanted to provide you with that changes everything. And I'd love for you to take a picture of this slide. Now, by the way, this is in your packet, guys, for this month. When you download the materials, this presentation is in that packet. So feel free to just take the PDF and use that. But I'd love for you maybe to take a picture of this of the screen. Here's the one exercise I want you to think about. For yourself, myself, my spouse, my children, my family, my coworkers, my faith. What's the one thing I could do today that I know would make a significant difference in my relationships? What one thing can I do for myself that I know if I did it today, I know it would make a significant difference in my relationships? It could be just coming to the session today. That could be it. That's one way to answer that question. But what if we ask the question about our spouse or a significant other in our lives? What's one thing I could do today that I know would make a difference in my relationship with my wife or my husband or my close friend or my neighbor or my family member or my coworker if you're still working? I know some folks on here are staff from Lacers, or my faith. For those of us that are faith-based, what's one thing I could do today that I know would make a significant difference in my faith, right? That question is such a pivotal question that we need to ask ourselves. Just one thing. And I'd love to hear anybody want to share, like, what is that one thing for you? Why don't we just take a moment to talk about that? Because I think that would be really fun to see. What would it be for you? What would it be, that one thing? And here's a question I'd love for you to write down as well. Just walk up to your family member and say, how can I best love and support you? It's pretty straightforward. It's pretty open-ended, but how can I love you and help you to feel loved and supported? And it's be interesting the answers you're going to get. Like, I'd love to just spend more time together. Or, I'd love to just, when you see that I'm struggling or having a hard time, just listen. Just listen. Anybody want to share any thoughts related to those questions? I think we may have had a few come in. Oh, here we go. Irene said, yes, positive self-talk. Very good. Really good. Love it.
I think it's important when you tell people you love them. And like she said, positive self-talk and communication is very important. I know my
Yes.
husband, he's a long distance truck driver, so we have to communicate through the phone every day, but I still try to say something positive while he's on the road.
Yeah. That's challenging to have that. So Wanda, I thank you for just sharing. So asking that question, what's the one thing, right? That's, I think, the key. Like, what's one thing I can even practice, right? And apply to loving someone well. It's really good, Wanda. Thank you. Catherine, come on, kid. I see your hand raised. I think it's raised, Catherine.
I'm right here. Sorry. I'm all thinking about that question, and I think personally, for my personal relationships, I think what would strengthen them is if I did more of a check-in on my friends and family. I feel like sometimes I kind of lack that kind of I don't know if you would call it skill, behavior, task. I'm not sure how you would call it, but I feel like I tend to lack that. But I think that would make a big difference in my relationships. And so, for example, a couple weeks ago, a friend that I've been friend with, or like a friend that I've been friends with for like so many years, her name is Amber. We've been friends since probably like 2014, so like over 10 years, you know, and we used to live together. She moved out like last year. She bought a house with her boyfriend. Wonderful, you know. We kind of fell off a little bit. And she called me a couple weeks ago to like let me know, hey, you know, like I would love to hear from you. Like, you know, kind of like I haven't seen you in a year. Or well, not that we haven't seen each other in a year. Sorry, Les. We haven't really made a lot of effort to see each other in the past year. We, like we have seen each other, but we don't talk as much anymore. And so I really appreciated her calling me to let me know that she would want to hear from me. And I was like, oh my God, like I didn't think about that. Like I thought she was living her own life with her boyfriend and not even worrying about whatever's going on in my life, you know? And so that was really something that stood out to me. And so, I visited her last week. I called her yesterday. We couldn't really chat because she was with family, but it's just things like that that I think like if I just checked in more with my friends and family, I think that would make such a big deal in our relationships.
I love that, Catherine. That is so beautiful. And Catherine reminded me of this slide, guys. This is the one question. Asking others this life-changing question. How can I love you better? Wouldn't you, what would you do if somebody came up to you that you really cared about and they said to you, how can I love you better? It's kind of like what Catherine was just saying. Like, how could I check in more? Like, I really would love you and I really want to treasure and cherish our relationship, right? So I love for you to practice this month and think about the 5 love languages, right? You see the love languages here. It's words of affirmation, gifts, it's meaningful touch, acts of service, and time. These are the 5. But these are the folks, your wife, husband, child, mother, father, friend, neighbor, coworker. These are the relationships and others that we may have. But the stronger we get in loving ourselves, the stronger we get in taking time to move and to eat well and to sleep and to take good care, we're really loving ourselves. And that's an act that we can perform. So for the next 30 days, I'd love for you to even ask this question of yourself. Sean, Catherine, Wanda, Jeanette, Rhonda, Crystal, Rachel, how can I love myself better? How can I love myself better? What's the